Complainter now advise her husband is approaching subject with gun. Alright guys, I did finally get the 911 transcript, so I'm going to take you through the process really quickly. This is just an update to that last video that I made, but they did toss the actual call itself, and I can show you that here on my mail. The Miami-Dade Department has identified records that appears to be responsive to your public records request dated October 24, 2023, because I did that today. The records have been released here, and they did that very, very fast. And if you look here, thank you for your interest in public records. You guys can read that. It takes approximately 8 weeks to fulfill. I got it within, I requested it at 3:54. This is Vanessa. She works at the 911 communications thing, and she was able to get it to me. By 3:59, we filled out the paperwork online, and by 4:15, I didn't pay for anything. So what you have to know is that after 60 days, they erase the audio. So you can see here, the 911 call, it was complete. If I view the files or view details, they did not charge me anything. This is the video. They didn't charge me for this video either. This is the $78 video, and this is the $28 video from a while back. This is over a year ago. So you can see they didn't charge me anything. For the 911 file. Here's the file that I downloaded, and then you can see I put in the information there. It's the CAD event query, and then it says here, the Miami-Dade Police Department Communications Bureau retains audio for a period of 60 days. The CAD for 18 months. Please note the dates you are requesting is to ensure that information is available. So I downloaded it, and this is what I got. It was my wife that made the call, because I told her to make a call because I was sleeping. She was out in the backyard. She heard somebody come into the property, and she saw somebody come into the property. So she ran inside the house. She woke me up. I grabbed my gun. I was like, look, call the non-emergency number. I'm sure the guy I can just ask him to leave, and he'll leave, because this is actually a common thing for us. I never have to unholster my gun. I never pointed my gun at this guy. He never probably even knew that I had a gun. I just said, hey, you're on private property. He apologized and said, hey, yep, I'm out. I'll leave. Cool. No problem. So here's how the call went through, and this is where the breakdown of communication happens. So if you look here, on May 8th, 2023 at 10:10, it says BM, which I think is black male, no, NO, I don't know, shirt, black pants. Complainter now advise her husband is approaching subject with gun. That's true. I do have a gun. Now, complainter's husband, white male, wearing white shirt, black pants, armed with gun. This is true, and this is all 10-10-10-10. And then it says 10-11, black male is subject of 38. As best as I can tell, 38, it's a 1038, suspicious activity or suspicious vehicle, but suspicious. But now complainter husband making threats with gun. That is not true. My wife told me she didn't say any of that, but this is what the dispatcher wrote down and communicated to the police officers. So black male is subject of 38, but now complainter, and I'm going to assume here's redacted, husband making threats with gun. Not true. I did not make any threats. I asked him to leave, and he left. And then he goes through all this other stuff, and you guys can tell me what you think this means. And then as we come down to 1029, it says, I'm going to assume husband on scene, ADV I think is advised, that he no longer needed PD assistance. So that was at 1029. Incident type changed. I don't know what this means. If you guys know what any of this means, by all means comment down below. So you can see all of that happen around there. And I think on the video, and I'll try to go back, you can see when the guy comes in, and my wife was already in the backyard, and he comes into the backyard, and you don't really see that because it shows a gate, but you don't see the back part on that camera. But he definitely comes in. He did jump a fence that does say no trespassing, do not enter. It says the whole bit. All that, he did go back there. He is trespassing. He did make an effort to jump a fence. But here we are. A breakdown saying that I'm making threats. Now, the police officer did know that I'm the complainter, as the homeowner, did know that it was a black male. With, it says here, no shirt, black pants. He did have a black shirt on, so I don't know why it says no shirt. Complainter now advised her husband is approaching subject with gun. There were no threats made with gun. I asked the guy to leave, he left. All right, so there we are. I'll go back to this again. I was trying to decode what they say here. So That's complaint. I didn't see advance, so ADV. I looked up here. Everything else I was able to kind of make out. And of course, you guys see here with this, he says that he didn't know who I was. Well, he knows that I'm the homeowner, but he still tried to disarm me on my property.
I don't know you from a can of paint. I don't know you from yesterday or last year. For my safety, I'm asking you, can I disarm you and we can continue this conversation for the investigation?
I do like Miami-Dade County, and I do like police here in general. I have had some bad encounters, but the vast majority have been great encounters. You be the judge, you tell me, but I have no issues saying if it was a misunderstanding with that police officer, but he still didn't have the right to try to disarm me on my property. He knew that I was the complainter, so I'm a law-abiding citizen. I'm calling just in case. You know, and everything that I was telling him, and I was trying to tell him before he said, oh, you don't need me anymore, I'm gonna refuse service. You know, that's wrong, you don't do that. But okay, whatever. There we are. At the end, there's nothing I can do legally. He did not disarm me. If I were smart, I probably should have just let him and then said, I didn't approve that, because then I would have had a lawsuit. That's a Second and Fourth Amendment civil rights, of course, constitutional violation. But you don't fight the police. You just don't do it. You're not going to win. You fight them in court, not on site. And a gun's involved is like, look, you want to take the gun, you take it. It's wrong. I'll sue you in court. But don't fight the police. You're not going to win. If they're going to do something unconstitutional, that's on them. And you got yourself a nice little lawsuit there. You guys, I'm going to leave that there. I got another video coming out. Building inspector coming onto the property, searching the property, taking photographs without a warrant, with no trespassing signs posted. And it's a policy here in Miami-Dade County. She actually told me the company that trains her and all that, and it was like...
That we as compliance officers, we do a course called FACE training, F-A-C-E.
This is unbelievable. So that video will come out soon. I'm going to be editing that. I mean, you can kind of see how I use Premiere Pro, and you can see my edits in here and all that stuff. But again, love you guys. Love my wife. I'll see you tomorrow.